Hello, Chris Green here with the Flood Insurance Guru. Today we're talking about Matt Ryan being traded from the Atlanta Falcons to the Indianapolis Colts. What does this mean for his flood risk? Does it mean that his flood risk is being traded as well? Stay tuned. So today we're talking about the big trade. Matt Ryan being traded from the Falcons to the Colts. Let me tell you, as a lifelong Falcons fan, this hurts a little bit. Moving on from Atlanta to Indianapolis, I hope he wins the Super Bowl. But what about his flood risk? Is his flood risk changing as he moves from Atlanta to Indianapolis? You see, in Atlanta, he lived around the golf course area. Golf courses are known to be green spaces. These become protected areas, protecting property owners from flooding. You can see a lot of these green spaces, like the parking lot here behind me, where a lot of water runoff would happen. But what about the risk in Indianapolis? Indianapolis had one of its worst floods ever in 2005, the worst one in 90 years. In 91, it had major flooding issues because of snow melt. So that's one thing in Indianapolis that you're going to have to worry about that you don't in Atlanta, Georgia. It's generally flooding from snow melt. You see this a lot across the Midwest and other areas, but Indianapolis has a big flood exposure because of the White River and other areas in the city. But so does Atlanta with the 2009 flooding event that caused major damage along the Chattahoochee River, all the way down to Six Flags, causing Six Flags to be closed for a good while. So while these flood risks are different, it's important to understand whether it's Atlanta or it's Indianapolis. Everyone's in a flood zone. It just matters how much water it takes to get to you. While these flood risks could be different, and thankfully flood zones no longer determine flood rates with the National Flood Insurance Program, it's important to understand these flood risks. So if you're in Atlanta, if you're in Indianapolis, and you want to know how to protect yourself against flooding, how do you minimize that flooding? How do you create long-term rate stability with your flood insurance policy? Visit our website, floodinsuranceguru.com. Remember, we have an educational background in flood mitigation, which means we can help you understand flood risks like this right here. Your flood insurance and mitigating your property long term. Thank you.